Welcome to the Conscious Corner. My name is Jace, and today we're going to talk a little bit about meditation. What is meditation? I think a lot of people have different definitions for meditation. Some people think they meditate. Some people try to meditate, but they don't think that they're getting it. Some people meditate and they get it, and some people just could care less. So I want to break down my personal categorization of 3 kinds of meditation, and I'm going to make up 3 labels for them. And these aren't, maybe other people have used these terms as well, but these are just terms that I'm making up right now. I'm going to call them passive meditation, active meditation, and focused meditation. First, I'm going to talk about passive meditation because I think it is what is the most common, in the sense that I think most people are actually doing this on a daily basis and they just don't realize it. Passive meditation is any act that you're doing that basically allows you to either calm the chatter or focus the chatter in your head. And what I mean by chatter is just, the voice that you hear in your head constantly telling you what you think and what to do, and, the voice in your head. Passive meditation is what most of us do on a daily basis, and that can be any act that allows you to either calm the chatter or focus the chatter. There's a lot of different acts that you can do that would be examples of passive meditation. Like for me personally, driving and showering are probably the biggest forms of passive meditation that I do. So when I drive and when I shower, I do a lot of thinking, and I consider that to be passive meditation because I'm not actively trying to actively meditate. I'm more of just, I'm comfortable and calm in the moment, and it allows me to think versus having all these physical distractions around us. And I think that's the most common kind of meditation. I think most people do that even if they don't even consider it to be meditation. So just be more conscious of that, because I think that is a form of meditation in a way. Second form of meditation would be focused meditation. Focused meditation is essentially when you are trying to focus on a particular emotion or a particular thing or an idea or a person. It can be anything. It can be any concept that you are putting active mental energy into focusing on. And this ties in with the law of attraction. So I'm going to have a video on that you can go and reference to. Active meditation, as we're calling it, or I also like to say clearing meditation, is meditation probably in its most stereotypical sense, where the goal is to completely get rid of the voice in your head. The goal is to find silence in your head, mental silence. And this is achieved not as easy as some people might think it is. In fact, I struggle with this too, as I'm sure most people do. Some people have really got it down, but for most of us, it takes a little bit of effort to do a full clearing meditation. So I want to give a short tutorial on how you can go about doing these kinds of meditations. So I already talked about passive. You can, drive, shower, cook, whatever you do on a normal daily basis that just allows you to think. Just be more conscientious of that and focus on what you're thinking about. For both focused and active meditation, what you want to do is go find a quiet place. Doesn't necessarily have to be quiet, but having it be quiet helps from the distractions. And for me, my favorite place is somewhere like this in nature, like the beautiful coast, because it's just fucking awesome, and what beats this? But you can also do it in your room. Not as fun in my opinion, but much easier and still very practical. And what you want to do is find a spot that is comfortable, and you want to sit down, and it doesn't need to be the classic meditation pose that everyone knows. It can be whatever kind of positioning or posture is comfortable for you. What you want to do is find that position. Get your posture to be, somewhere that you don't want to be hunched over, because, your back will start to hurt. So, good posture helps. You want to close your eyes. And then you want to focus on the rest of your senses. You want to focus on your awareness of your surroundings. Everything but visual. Because visual, I think, is our biggest stimulus. So quieting the visual sense. Some people can meditate with their eyes open, but it helps to meditate with your eyes closed. Start to notice, become aware of the touches that you're feeling, the sensation of sitting wherever you're sitting. If you feel the wind, become aware of that. Start to pay attention to what you're hearing. Do you hear dogs barking? Do you hear grass blowing? Do you hear the waves breaking? Just pay attention to it. Don't focus on it, but be aware of it. And let each of these things pass through your head as you become aware of them. And the key is not to focus on any one of them, and not to let yourself get distracted by thinking about other things about your daily life, whether it be work or whatever else. Use discipline to keep your mind on a certain mental path. Start to just become aware of your surroundings. This is going to be hard, and it's going to take a lot of practice. I'm not going to lie. It's not something that comes easy, and it's going to be perhaps frustrating at times, because you're not going to be able to silence your mind as quickly as you would like, but it'll pay off, trust me. Eventually, perhaps the first time, perhaps, the 10th, 20th time, who knows, you'll get to a point where you are able to silence what some people like to call the monkey brain, that constant chatter in your head. You'll get to a place of just total awareness. And it's at this point that you've really started to dive in deep into the meditation process. And this is where it starts to get really magical. I'm not going to try to attempt to explain the kind of things you'll experience in this kind of meditation, because for one, it's hard to put into words, but also it takes away the magic from it, and it's something you just need to experience. But it is quite magical to be existing in the given moment, living in the moment, not being focused on the past or the future. You're just in the present. And it really helps to focus on your breathing, by the way, to get to that point. If you have to focus on something, focus on your breathing, because it doesn't bring a lot of words into your head, and words are what really end up ultimately distracting you from the meditation. Yeah, the whole point is to have fun with it and to explore your mental capacity, and you'll start to learn a lot. And I think it's really good for people. It helps reduce anxiety and stress levels, especially if you're in a place in your life where you're just go, go, go all the time. 10-minute meditation a day, optimally like 30 minutes to an hour. That's what I need to be doing. I'm not yet, but I need to get to that point. But optimally 10 minutes a day is really good for your mental health, and you'll start to notice an effect, within a week, if not immediately. So yeah, happy meditating.